The UK government has abandoned hopes of reaching a trade deal with America ahead of the US presidential elections in November, with British officials blaming the COVID-19 pandemic for slow progress. Prime Minister Boris Johnson and International Trade Secretary Liz Truss had hoped to conclude a fast-track agreement by late summer, which would be hailed as an early win from leaving the EU. For the past 40 years, the UK has not had any bilateral trade deals because all trade policies for EU member states are conducted through Brussels. But senior government figures have concluded that no comprehensive deal is possible before the November US poll, as the two sides grapple over contentious issues such as whether to allow US agricultural products into the UK market. A third round of talks has begun this week via online video conference, but neither side expects a conclusive breakthrough. Is it going to happen this year? Basically no, said one official. Another said, "We don't want to be bounced into a deal." Last September, government officials told the Sun newspaper that the deal would be wrapped up by July 2020. The political will is there now on both sides to do the deal by July, one said at the time. "It is a great win for us." Even in January this year, aides were still confident that there could be an outline agreement by midsummer. But last month there was a shift in the government's language, with Ms. Truss telling MPs the government was not going to rush into a deal and there is no deadline. Robert Lighthizer, the US trade representative who is leading the talks from the Washington end, also played down the idea of any firm deal before November. That would be very quick. I think it's unlikely that that happens, Mr. Lighthizer said at a recent Congressional Committee hearing, pointing out that any deal would need approval by the US Congress. It is almost impossible unless the members, and he means the members of Congress, decided they want to do something extraordinary, he said. Officials say the discussions have been slowed down, first by delays to Brexit and then by the coronavirus crisis. But they insist Ms. Truss and Mr. Lighthizer are making progress and have good personal chemistry, in contrast to the UK-EU lead negotiators. The Johnson government says it is seeking to rigorously protect the UK's public services, including the NHS, and maintain high standards for consumers and workers, including on food and animal welfare. These are points of contention with American negotiators who want greater access to the British food market as a price for any agreement, which has prompted a backlash from UK farmers and MPs. And if you do follow my channel for some time now, you will remember that I made a video about the demands of the US side. The NHS is also a big topic in these negotiations, and a problematic one. And just now MPs voted against a move intended to protect the NHS and publicly funded health card service from any form of control from outside the UK, and that happened by 340 to 251 votes late on July 20th. It calls into question numerous assurances from Boris Johnson and other Conservative cabinet members that the NHS is not for sale, a charge repeatedly made by former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn during the last election campaign. But Tory MPs have sought to reassure the public that voting against the amendment does not mean they want to sell the NHS off, rubbishing the idea as spurious claims and scaremongering by Labour. Ministers insisted the plan was not needed because standards will not be lowered and the NHS will not be included in any post-Brexit deals. The vote was split along party lines, with Labour, Liberal Democrat and other opposition parties backing the plan and Conservatives voting against. In a video posted on Twitter, Burnley's Tory MP Anthony Higginbotham said, "We will not put the NHS up for sale in a trade agreement." The Labour plan that he voted against read, "This amendment would aim to protect the NHS and publicly funded health and care services in other parts of the UK from any form of control from outside the UK." It also said that an international trade agreement should not undermine a comprehensively public-funded health service, free at the point of delivery, protect employments of public sector workers in health and care sectors, or medicine pricing regulations. The amendment also aimed to block the sale of patient data. MPs voted against it by 89 votes. Some Conservatives abstained, but none voted for it. Labour's Shadow International Trade Minister Bill Esterson said a lack of scrutiny threatens to leave the health service wide open to pharmaceutical giants and to undermine farmers and consumers. Raising food standard issues also raised in the trade bill, he asked, if the government is saying we're going to do it anyway, what's the objection to putting it all in primary legislation? Mr. Corbyn tweeted, the public are clear. The overwhelming majority don't want our NHS included in a sweetheart trade deal with Trump. US President Donald Trump previously told former Prime Minister Theresa May that the UK health service should be on the table in any Brexit trade deal, though he later reversed his position. The government stressed that UK law offers protection and that any changes would have to come before Parliament. But ahead of the vote, the current Shadow Health Secretary, Jonathan Ashworth, tweeted, I'll always fight to keep our NHS out of trade deals that lock in privatization and force the NHS's medicine bill through the roof, as I did when trying to protect our NHS here last October. The Prime Minister has previously given a rock-solid guarantee, we know those from him, that no part of the NHS will be sold off and that there will be under no circumstances would there be any privatization under his government. Chancellor Rishi Sunak also previously said, the NHS is not for sale, never has been, never will be. The House of Commons later deleted a tweet summarizing the vote with wording from the amendment because it led to concerns about how our impartiality was perceived. Conservative MPs have welcomed the move. The bill will now pass to the House of Lords. And if you now want to know more about European politics from a German point of view, YouTube has chosen another of my videos right here in the end screen for you, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. Viel Spaß!